Okay, well, Conor, welcome to Fright Fest. You said you've experienced Fright Fest in the raw now.
Absolutely.
You've been
yes.
well and truly blooded.
I really have. We had our world premiere yesterday, and we had a bit of a heavy night at the Phoenix, which is a bit of a tradition at Fright Fest, I hear.
It certainly is. It's got to be done.
Oh, absolutely. I don't regret it.
Anyway, getting back to the point at hand, your film screened for the first time yesterday. Are you happy with the way it went?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just such an amazing experience to premiere at Fright Fest. Again, thank you, Ian, for having us, and just to be able to share it with a mixture of our own family, friends, cast and crew, and then also the Fright Fest crowd. So yeah, first time anyone's really seen it other than the post-production team.
Okay, so for the people watching this, why don't you, small non-spoilery explanation of what the film's about?
Yeah, so the film is about an aspiring serial killer, played by Ed Hartland, and the documentary filmmaker who's following him on his bloody quest for fame and infamy, I should say.
And you made this the tail end of 2019, correct?
No, we were writing at that point. It was January 2020 that we started the principal photography. We did 12 days then. We always planned to do a few more. We wanted to assemble the edit first. And then obviously COVID hit. And we had to wait for about 8 or 9 months for everything to reopen again. But that was quite a blessing in disguise, because we actually managed to assemble a whole edit at that point and work out what needed to be, reshot, what needed to be added. So it was a weird silver lining, actually.
But at the screenings yesterday, what kind of struck me was the closeness of the crew and all the people that you worked with to make the film. Now, I believe that comes from when you went to college.
Yes.
So I find that interesting. So would you like to explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel very blessed. We've got like a really great team of us. We met at drama school, actually, the majority of us. And the team has grown over the years. We've been making like shorts, sketches, corporate videos, everything over the years together. We've done plays, theatre shows. And it's a blessing to work with people that you know and trust. And everyone's got the same goals, the same drive. And yeah, I'm just really proud of everyone. And yeah, I couldn't be more grateful for their contribution, their time, their effort. It's just, it's a blessing.
Now we'll move on and talk about, cut that bit out. So we'll move on and talk about your cast.
Yes.
Because they were, they stuck out. They were obviously having a good time doing it, and that came over.
Oh yeah, the cast again. It's the cast and the crew are mostly friends and family. We did audition a few people, like the twins, for example, because they're identical twins. Like we had to cast our net out a bit further for them. But yeah, pretty much and the majority of the cast that are in the family, they're actually all producers as well. So everyone was fully committed. There was never any worry about, are they going to show up? Are they going to be divas? Because they were the producers as well. So it was.
Because over the years I've seen lots of films from my first blood stand, and often there's good ideas, there's something in them, but they're all let down by not casting well enough. Yeah,
I mean, coming from an acting background as well, that's really pivotal for us as a team. Like, we knew the acting had to be strong. That's one thing that we feel we can compete with bigger films, because we didn't have the big budgets that some films have, but we knew we could deliver really solid acting, and we did have the luxury of writing with certain people in mind as well, so we could tailor to their strengths, so yeah.
And there's a rumour of a spin-off and a sequel.
Well,
was that serious?
I mean, this guy knows as well, we've discussed it a lot, and it's an idea we are toying with. I would love to see a Mickey spin-off at some stage. I think there's scope. We have got ideas, nothing solid just yet, but it's percolating at the moment.
So and what do you have solid for next to keep you busy and out of mischief?
Yeah, we've got a lot of different projects, again, because we're like a collective. So I've got a couple of scripts I'm working on. We've got Yas, who plays Jack. He's got, but his is like completely different. It's like a hard-hitting drama, it's not a bonkers horror comedy like ours. We've got Oki and Ez Hartland working on projects, another dark comedy actually. I'm looking to find another dark comedy that complements this one quite nicely. I think I've found what I really like now, and dark comedy's kind of where my head's at right now.
And you trained as an actor, but you've moved on to the other side of the camera. What prompted that?
I've always done both.
Oh, okay.
I studied film at uni, and then I did an MA in acting after that. So I've always done both.
Is there such a thing, an MA in
know.
acting?
It's not a real MA, is it? But I still got the scholarship. Not scholarship. What do you call it? What's the
diploma?
Diploma. Yeah, I've still got that. It says I've got an MA, so I'm going to stick with it.
But that means you're entitled to be doctor, isn't it?
Is it PhD?
A PhD.
No, there's no PhD in acting. But yeah, I've always wanted to do both, and I was at college making films, and all my friends. Again, it was that thing of like, student films have bad actors. I was one of them. I was just like, hey, can you be in my film? So I did a bit of acting, and I quite enjoyed it. But normally I'd be directing and acting, which I've done that a few times in short films, and it's just too much.
Yeah.
I prefer just to focus on one thing, so I can be like fully invested. But yeah, I want to do both. Moving forward, I'm still interested in acting. I think like directing, you feel like you're the parent, you're overseeing everyone, you're in charge. All the problems come to you, and if you're producing as well. But when you're an actor, you can kind of come on set and have a bit of fun. It's still a lot of hard work, but you get to play more and be a bit of a kid.
Okay, well, it's been delightful to been able to show the film. I was personally, when you choose something and then you get a good reaction to it, you feel slightly validated, got it right. Yeah. And in this case, I think it did. And it's been a great pleasure to have it. And we've still got one more screening to go.
Yes, we've got one when is it? 50 minutes.
Oh,
yeah, we've got another screening. Looking forward to it, getting a completely different crowd in this time. So hopefully it goes down well again.
I'm sure it will. Anyway, thanks very much.
Thank you, Ian. Cheers.